Morning and welcome to another brew day. It's a Brewtube live brew day today, so I'll be joining that call shortly. However, so also going to be a day of new things for me today. So I was going to brew a big heavy imperial stout. Coronation Day yesterday. I thought that would be quite a cool thing to do, but I need to feed it for the first couple of days and I'm not going to be here, so I've knocked that one on the head for the time being. However, I'm going back in with my hazy pale fluff, but this time I've knocked the grain bill down slightly, so it's a little bit lighter, if you like, not so heavy. I think the last one turned out 6.5%. I'm aiming for 5 this time. And that will be 4 kilos of extra pale, 750 grams of oats, 500 grams of wheat, and 200 grams of dextrin, and a couple of handfuls of rice hulls. Mashing in at 68 and 60-minute boil, 6-minute mash. Yeah, however, using a few new things today. First off, I'm using a grain mill. I've got the instructions for it. Probably should read those in a minute before I start milling grain. I'm using the new spargy manifold type thing, which I hope will improve some sort of efficiency. And I will also be using Spectrum and Incognito. So hopefully this should pack a bit of punch behind it. Once I get kicked off, I'll come back and I'll walk you through where we are. But we're doing it on the Brewtools system today, not the Grainfather, because it's a bit of a smaller bill. So hopefully it should be fairly straightforward. See you in a while. Right then, quick mash in, and away we go. 68 degrees, set the Brewtools to 72, so at least once it drops down, we can get it running bang on 68 hopefully, but I'll let you know how we get on. So, a couple of weeks ago I bought a Grainfather G40, and part of the reason why I bought it, because I'm a sucker for things like a deal. You got a Grainfather grain mill with it, free of charge, 250, 280 quid these are, so I thought, you know what, I'm in the market for a bigger system, might as well go with one that's got something free attached to it. So today we will be setting that up and using it for the first time. When I got it, I didn't realise just how heavy it is. I don't think I've got a set of scales in here that'll take the weight of it, to be fair. On the back, it doesn't say that it's particularly heavy, but it does come out quite heavy. So the I'll be putting that through its paces shortly. But on the basis it's heavy, what you then need is something to rest it on. So while that bit's free, that's another 30 quid. I'm hoping it sits on there. It's like a treat. You can't see that. Yeah. Like a treat. I'll give you some close-up action of that in a minute. But all I'm going to do with this is exactly the same as I did with the G40. I'm going to follow the instructions, follow their recommendations, and see where we come out. I've got 4 kilo grain to mill out in a minute, but I've done 4.2, so I'll have a test, make sure it's somewhere in the ballpark of what I want. But like I say, I'm going to go with their recommendations, because what I've found with Grainfather before is that they usually bang on the money with what they tell you to do. So first things first, I need to turn the Brewtools system on. while I'm yakking away, it would have helped to get warmed up, and then I will start milling that bad boy. Back in a bit. Right, okay, so we're all mashed in. Got the live brew chat on that laptop there with the team. See how that works out. I use the new grain mill. I think, however, I followed the instructions set it at 5. I've since watched the malt milling video and they say 6 is probably better, or vice versa, whichever one it was I've done. Yeah, 6 probably better, it's a bit thicker. So probably do that later time. It did come out quite fine, which I don't know whether that's going to create some issues in the with either a stuck mash or an increase in efficiencies. That plus the boatload of oats and wheat that's in there, and the rice sauce. We'll see how we get on. I've got the new manifold recirculating around at the moment. The new sparge manifold on. You can't really see it because it's sunk very quickly. It's the water's coming up over the top, so it may need a bit of an adjustment in there, but it seems to be doing the job. It's spinning around the outside and spinning through the centre, but it's not. If I turn the valve up, you'll see it come out the end holes. There we go, look. It's bubbling away. So yeah, hopefully that will solve an issue. The previous version I was using, which was the should have been more for sparging than it is for recirculation, but it didn't seem to be as efficient as that, to be fair. And the one that came through the centre pipe, all that ever did was just bubble water straight down the sides. But I just need to keep an eye on that because that's coming through a bit fast at the moment, and I don't want the elements to be exposed anyway, so just drop that back a bit. But yeah, see how we get on. Tank is 68, the pump is 68, the mash temperature is coming up at 66.7, so that's rising slowly to get that back up into speed, but it is working quite well, as you can hear, because it's sucking it up from down the pipes down the side. But probably need to do something with that and make sure it's not drying out. But no, it seems to be going okay at the moment. Right, now we've hit all the numbers. 1046 is where I wanted to be. Get the right volume. Pre-boil. We're now going through the boil bit. I've got my protoflock and yeast nutrient weighed out this time, so I know that's got to go in at 10. So once that's done its thing and I've dropped that in, we can start preparing to put this in. So I think what I'm going to do is drag a bit of wort out in this and warm this up in that, and then pour it into there, and then hopefully pour that back in with these at 80 degrees. So I think the idea is that you put these in, so this has something to stick to and they work together and turns into some sort of magic. There we go. Some of you probably can't see that on that camera, to be fair, but it is where it needs to be. It's a bit clear, to be fair. It's meant to be a hazy, but I'm guessing the yeast will do something with that, and we are today working with Mangrove Jack's Liberty Bell. 2 packs that going in. I've got a sneaking suspicion I'm going to be ahead on numbers. I did worry that my grain might have been crushed too finely, so I would expect to see some improvements or increases in efficiency, but they seem to be bang on at the moment, and nothing fed through the bottom of the grain basket, so maybe number 5 mill setting and number 4 speed is the magic number, as Grainfather said. I did watch the malt mill video, and that suggested that 6 is probably a better number, but we shall see. Almost there. Another 30 minutes before I add in the protoflock and the yeast nutrient, and then probably another 20 minutes after that we'll be at our whirlpool temp. So back in a bit. Right then, we are now at, it says 77, so we're there or thereabouts for this. So these are my 75 grams of mosaic I'm putting in. I upped it from 50. I thought this would be a decent wallop to put in. And what I've had here is in my sample tube, I've had the Incognito warming up nicely to give it a bit of liquidity. And star sand that, and take the top off it. Hopefully, put that in. Ooh, that is an oil slick. Give that a stir. It stirs in. Fucking hell, it's a bit pongy, but you know, whew. It's now in. So it hasn't actually done anything. We're at 77 degrees, so let's keep that moving around in there for. There's a, oh fucking hell, oh Jesus, the smell that's coming off that is immense. I'm just hoping it doesn't stick to anything, because maybe it's circulating all the way through the cat and flowing back in. Hey, lid back on that for a minute. I've got to say, there's a heavy fruit punch that that has just come off that sort of knocks you off your feet a little bit. But I think is it 16 grams in there is basically what they say is a ratio of 1 to 5 or 1 to 6 what it would be for a normal T90 dry hop. So if you're looking at 1 to 6, I think that's works out about 96 grams. So there's 171 grams of hops worth going into that if you look at it from 171 grams of hops, I think, if you look at it from if it was T90 and my mosaic mix in there as well. So hopefully that is going to give it a right good belting whack of aroma when it goes over into the fermenter and then finally the keg. But dead simple to use. The best, I think, the key to it is when you get a pack of that, it is quite homogeneous and sticky. You can feel it in there, but as soon as I mean, I just used it in my sample tube and left it in there for a couple of minutes for it to. That's a bit. Putting the hydrometer in fucking something about 80 degrees is probably not a good idea. To be fair, that's probably salt that, but that's a different sort of different day. But yeah, so that made it really loose and it just dripped out of the sachet quite easily, to be fair. So hopefully we will get a stonkingly good smelling and tasting beer from it. My neighbour over the road clearly doesn't know that there's a coronation gig going on down the road on a recreation field, because all he can hear is the music, and I could see him just staring at it blankly, as if to say, which one of you fuckers has got music? Not quite sure what happened there. I think the video crapped out, maybe because I haven't got enough space. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so I'll be pitching the Spectrum tomorrow. I'll be pitching the T90 Nelson once it's dropped down to 14 degrees, and then I'll be moving through that and hopefully kegging it. If not in 10 days time, it'd be 2 weeks. So maybe 2 weeks yesterday. So that can then sit in the fermenter. The week after that, I will then be doing the Imperial State on the Grainfather. So, okay, see you soon. Bye.